I wanted to buy petrol here. It's 2 weeks no petrol here in this city.
Welcome back to Congo, and arguably the best road in Central Africa. So much so that it inspires us to do some pop quiz stuff for Latvian television while on said road.
Sveiks, gudrnieki! Sveiciens tev šoreiz no Kongo Republikas, Āfrikā. Esam šeit piestājuši vienā džungļu ciematiņā, iedzert vēsu dzērienu ceļmalā. Vēsumu te prasās, jo te ir ļoti silts. Un te man uzrādās tev jautājums. Šeit fonā man sēž cilvēciņi. Viņi ir krietni mazāki kā citi. Jau augumā ģenētiski šīs ciltis ir mazākas par pārējiem cilvēkiem. Un šeit Āfrikā šīs ciltis sauc
Pygmy people. Finally.
Maziņi cilvēciņi. Par 1,50 m neviens nav lielāks īsti.
All this riding only to end up in Parc. Kur Eiffeltornis?
Welcome to Parc.
Yeah. What is happening? We just came out of the jungle to a city to get some cash, and everything's so modern here compared to previous villages and cities. Didn't expect this in Congo. For a change, we found a very friendly police officer. We could even leave our bikes on the street and go look for money. And he told us where we can get some Wi-Fi, or as they say in French, Wi-Fi. Not Congo, boulangerie.
Ēdīsim tikai savu.
So good. We got a proper French boulangerie. Ate a lot of tasty cakes and now fueled up. By which of course I mean carbohydrates. We still need to fill up those other carbs for our bikes. To go back to the jungle. But first, they have no petrol and we are on our reserve already. This we didn't have on our bingo cards. Very nice. Un 70. Kāds sakars, kāpēc te nav? Turns out there's a fuel crisis in Congo. Once in a while a truck with a liquid gold comes, but it's sucked dry in an instant, leaving us only with the bottle option. Kāda neparedzēta problēma. And what does it mean in Latvian? Tur kaut kāds pudeles bija. They're asking for illegal fuel. They're asking €3 per liter here. That is our last option, really, because to the next possible tank is 200 kilometers, and we have only barely 70 left. Some Guitar Jesus is coming.
Visiem te būs līdzīgi, 2,5 aizlauc un policistam paprasam, ko darīt.
But even our friendly police officer is unable to help us, because technically selling petrol from bottles is illegal. The whole of Congo has a petrol problem right now, and the further you go away from the capital, Brazzaville, the less fuel there is, and we are in the furthest corner of Congo.
And we wanted to buy petrol here. 2 weeks no petrol here in this city.
So no surprise about that. And when the fuel does come, all the taxis buy the fuel, and also the people who want to sell it on the street, they go to the petrol station, buy it more expensively than it is already there. They buy it, let's say, for 1,000 if it costs 600 or 700, and then sell it for 2 or 2,500 on the street, which is 2,000 is 3 euros. So some guys already offered us 2,500, but we will try to go now back to the 2,000. So let's hope the guys still will want to sell it for 2,000, which still means 20 liters for 60 euros. I've never had such an expensive fuel anywhere in Europe. But there's really no other option other than waiting for a fuel truck for a week or something. Diesel, no problem, but essence, but the petrol that we need for the bikes is really a problem here. Dirsa. Yeah, okay.
Hi, yeah. 3 euro litra.
10 liters each. We should make hopefully 200 kilometers. Jā, merci.
Merci.
Tagad jābrauc ekonomiski. And to add to the insult, the board computer shows 39 degrees Celsius. Oof. Now we will have to ride with cruise control on 90 maximum. No fast accelerating and no racing. Let's go.
On the upside, we get to experience the perks of a
ride-by-wire. Look, no hands. Cruise control on a motorcycle. Excellent. Just sit back and relax, enjoy the view. Three hands. Ooh. We arrived at a national park looking for the reception, and supposedly it is possible to camp here and also go on some jungle trekking to see some elephants and stuff. So we are entertaining that idea too. Would be nice for a change. And also, due to the fuel crisis, we might be not able to do another loop that was planned. We just will not have enough fuel for that. So this would be a good alternative. I already like this. We are going deep into the jungle, away from the highway. Even if we don't go on a jungle trek, camping in the nature would be awesome, because all those cities and roadside campings are getting a bit old already. No river, but there are people here. Hello. What's that?
Reception?
Here?
Reception.
We really should work on our French.
Unfortunately, their camping will be ready only next year, and they're only offering quite expensive bungalows and all-included tours. You basically should come here for 2-3 days at least and live here and see animals. It's a bit different format than ours, because we just want to wild camp and move fast. So unfortunately we go searching further, hopefully before the rain comes.
I should stop foreshadowing things on this trip.
This road is also called Elephant Road because sometimes they come out here during dawn or dusk, so keep your eyes peeled. Already saw some elephant shit on the road somewhere.
But wild elephants are the least of our worries. We still need to find a place to sleep. High Overlander to the rescue. Again. Apparently, on this road there's a hunter guy named Dmitry, of all names, and he can offer to sleep with him. That came out wrong. Anyway.
Dmitry!
Dmitry! No, franču valodu slēdzam iekšā.
Dmitry is another fine pygmy gentleman, as you can see, compared to a normal-sized Latvian.
Camping?
We struggle a bit explaining our idea of camping, but Dmitry is not born yesterday. Grabs his phone to show how other overlanders have already stayed overnight here.
Ami tourism.
Ici,
Et c'est après, beaucoup amis.
Ah, gorillas?
Oui, gorilles ici, beaucoup. Demain matin.
Chimpanzee?
Oui.
Okay, we found the spot next to the quiet road by some local hunter, and he said we can stay with him and even go for some gorilla hiking in the morning, which is like perfect, much better than any hotel. And we saw some chickens in his yard. Maybe we can have one. I don't know. It's an idea. Hello? Nenobrauc kaut vistu netīšām. Nāksies cept viņu.
With us settled into yet another shed, I invite you to join us on an evening in the life of Dmitry.
Selfie.
Kaut ko sauc, viņš ietin lapās kaut ko un...
Turns out that something is manioc, also known as cassava, third largest resource of carbohydrates in the tropics, after rice and maize. If you understand French,
On l'a mis directement dans l'eau. Et c'est cuit, on a fermé là. On a fermé, après on a brûlé. C'est comme le mongbele. Bien manger.
and to complement the manioc, out comes some very well-made bushmeat. Let's keep the questioning that praxis to ourselves. Dude's got a knife after all.
Ça là, c'est bon aussi. Donc,
If all that feasting wasn't enough, Dmitry takes us on a morning hike to see some wildlife. The wildlife being chimpanzees and gorillas. We sort of saw some. You'll have to take my word for it. And the hike was just a walk on the empty highway. But hey, we are in the freaking Congo jungle. Just listen to the soundtrack. By the way, I still accept that diploma for shed camping, surrounded by chickens and bees. And with that, we conclude our little jungle experience. Onwards!
And now we have to go straight to the equator and make the shortest route out of Congo, because the fuel crisis is quite big, and some say that the fuel might cost even 5 euros a liter, and we cannot really afford any detours.
Dmitry, merci beaucoup.
Ok.
Merci beaucoup. Ciao. Ciao.
Okay, straight to cruise control 90, and that's it. So this is it. We are crossing the equator. It's also my first time in the southern hemisphere. Kinda feels special to do that on a motorcycle. There should be some monument for this occasion. Yep, there it is. So now we are in northern hemisphere, and we go round and round and round, and now we are in southern hemisphere.
And with that anticlimactic crossing of the 0 degrees latitude, we go hunting. Hunting for fuel.
We're already running on reserve, and we must find some in this city. There is a gas station, but does it have fuel? Is the question. Seems quite closed.
Bottles it is then. Here, the petrol already costs only 1,800 instead of previous 2,000. Let's keep that as a trend as we get closer to the capital.
And this is how we will be going to Kinshasa, filling up 10 liters each in every bigger town and see if maybe closer to the capital, the gas stations, maybe we'll have some gas, because these ones are dried up.
What isn't dried up is the street food on offer.
And tomato? Tomato? Tomato?
Oui, j'ai pas la tomate.
No?
Ah,
Pomidore?
Onion?
Pomidore?
de confiture. Non. Moi, il y a la ketchup.
Okay, no tomato. Ketchup it is then. And some fruits?
I really need to find some coffee or Red Bull here. I'm falling asleep on these highways. The moment of truth. Do they have it sounds? Nope. No gas for us. Keep on searching. Otherwise, this whole Congo road is putting us to sleep a little bit. It's not as beautiful as the jungle part. It's basically just flat fields all around, and we have to do a lot of kilometers still. I think it's 400 till Brazzaville. This is some kind of a premium town. On the right is the usual stuff. On the left there are parks, new houses, some business buildings. Quite a different Congo. But still no gas. No, it sounds. Tik krūta pilsēta un nav benži.
I don't know if it's the fumes of the bottled petrol that got to us, but out of the blue we meet a French guy on a strange looking bicycle with a surfboard strapped to it.
I'm Martin.
I'm Leandre.
Leandre. Yeah, I'm Arvids.
From which view?
Arvids.
Arvid.
And you coming all the way?
Yeah, all the way. Yeah.
How many months or years?
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but I stopped in Dakar. I worked for 10 months there. I've been a surf teacher there. It's the first time I meet travelers for a long time.
Yeah, we too. We met last one in
I was in Nigeria,
Nigeria.
before border Cameroon.
A cyclist?
Yeah. Well, from Morocco, one guy. And first time I see this kind of frame,
Bamboo, yeah.
bamboo frame.
I built it in London.
Yeah.
I made a workshop and I learned to build it with a guy, and I left from London, actually not from France. I left from London.
A great opportunity for some beers and stories, because on this coast of Africa you don't get to meet a lot of travelers.
You are in this ride only second one. When we came from Morocco all the way, we met only one company with motorbikes all the way to Accra. No other bikers or cyclists.
Au revoir.
Yet again, I admire the patience these world cyclists must possess. I know I don't.
As in every day, after such hot weather, the thunderstorms come.
Don't know about you, but this is the heaviest rain I've ever ridden through. Quite painful on the bare hands too. Thanks to Adventure Spec Aqua Pack, at least I'm dry up top. And what do we have here? A functioning petrol station? Seems so, judging by the size of the crowd that we shamelessly squeeze by. Okay, to be fair, the manager of the station invited us to skip the queue, And no, we did not pay a bribe.
Pielīdām priekšā, ja? Ja?
Não vai ter que montar agora. Companhia tia já bilande, a casa já bilande, para de boa. A casa já só para bilande. Mesmo se ele viu assim, isso que eu não quero já para mim. Não me dá na peça que me sós não, vamos para aí. É que tem vamos para aí. Bem, na missão aqui. O senhor está de base, mas ele mandei para mandar sem isso, como mandei sem. Está para mostrar. É que tem mandei dar para vamos para você vai me atirar. Vamos